Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things. MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong. History, and we good on that. Put Jilla on the track and we good on whack. 3, 2, 1. Everybody say Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery. Nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz. I'm joined by my dude Goose, a.k.a. Bulls Scripted. We're here to recap an overtime win. Another win over the Milwaukee Bucks, this time at the United Center, 119-113. Before we get into this one, be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap, at On Tap Sportsnet. Following Goose at Bulls Scripted, me at Buzz on Tap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. If you're on Facebook or Twitter, please go over to the YouTube, subscribe to the On Tap Sportsnet YouTube channel, hop in the comment section. Holy shit, that was a fun one. That was a pretty good game to watch, especially coming off that Houston loss, huh?
Yeah, I mean, for a game that I really didn't want to even turn on as a fan, like, to be honest, if we didn't have to do the show, I might have skipped this game, and that's sad to say, but to say the least, I'm a little glad that I turned the game on. Shy Sports hit you with it right away. I'm a little mad that you're not drinking pickle juice right now.
Oh, too bad. Too fucking bad, huh? It's just too bad for everybody. I feel horrible. Listen, man, they started this game off competitive. I felt like they were competitive the whole time. The worst quarter they had was the third, and they were only outscored by 5 there. The rebounding obviously was a huge issue. I mean, the Bucks had 61 rebounds. The Bulls had 53. So they did actually narrow that down a little bit as the game progressed, which is kind of nice.
Not even feel that close.
No, it didn't.
How was that even possible? What was the offensive rebound?
The offense, they had 22 offensive rebounds.
Okay.
Yeah, they had 22 offensive rebounds. The Bulls only had 8. But we had 45 defensive rebounds to their 39. So, I mean, at least that worked out a little bit there. I got to say, man, I take the notes on my phone during every game just so I know what to talk about and know what to bring up. I thought Patrick Williams started the game off very aggressive. I thought that he really tried to keep that same energy throughout the whole game, even though the shot wasn't falling. Kid's got to stop hesitating because a lot of the shots were just really bullshit ones at the rim because he doesn't want to pull the trigger from the 3-point line, and I just want to scream at the top of my lungs. It's like, Pat, can someone tell Pat that he is shooting over his last 10 games 42%?
And just the fact that you're one of the only spot-up catch-and-shoot players on the perimeter that we have left. Kobe White's down again.
Right.
Obviously, you heard on the broadcast that they saw him running, so luckily it shouldn't be something long-term. But once again, without Kobe White, Dalen Terry got minutes directly after that. So, yeah, they need to let Pat know that we have no one else. You're our guy when it comes to 3-point shots. We need more than 2 attempts a game. And obviously he had more than that tonight, but really kind of struggled and a lot more that he could have taken. And those are the ones that suck because I don't get mad when Pat misses. I get mad when Pat does the little hesitation shit and then settles for a mid-range contested jumper instead.
If you could guess, what do you think his percentage is at home from 3? It's
37%.
53.2%. He's shooting 53.2% at the United Center from downtown. That's insane. That's a great stat. It's cool. I just wish he'd shoot it more. Shoot it.
Is he scared to ruin that percentage? Is that what it is? Does he get his numbers and see that and be like, oh,
He doesn't want to get. he doesn't want to get into the middle of the fight between Zach and DeMar in the locker room if things go the wrong way because he took one of his shots.
I hate to jump right to the end of the game, but you had DeMar kick the ball to Pat for a wide open three, miss it.
Missing it.
Kick the ball to Io for a
Io
wide
missed
open
it.
three, miss it. Next possession, kick it to Vooch, nails it. So I guess that's something that definitely needs to be hit on tonight too. Was the trust within the offense and making that pass was there, even in the crucial moments tonight. They did compete. Obviously, there was no idea of playing down to your competition because you have to play up. And unfortunately, it seems like that's kind of mentality this team needs, and they only get it when they play the teams like the Bucks, who we find ourselves we beat a good team that we could not beat last year, which makes this season very, very confusing.
I'm not very confused. They've got a ton of talent over here, but listen, I'm not confused because I know DeMar DeRozan can't do this every game. He can't. He just went and he dueled Giannis. That's what he had to do tonight. He outdueled, didn't really technically outduel Giannis. He got the win, but I mean, he can't do this every night, man. It's just something that's not going to happen.
And gotta get the reality check of Middleton and Holiday did not play tonight.
Right. Oh well, yeah, but we don't have Lonzo Ball. We don't have our best bench scorer arguably went out of the game. There's definitely a ton of different scenarios we could throw out there. It's just DeMar was a fucking man tonight, dude. 15 for 25, 12 for 14.
Is that Grayson Allen's fault? Did he unleash the beast?
Listen, man.
I think that might have been what happened.
He threw that elbow up there.
He was foot on there too.
Yeah, he threw the forearm out there. Casey Johnson kind of defended it on Twitter at first, and I don't know if he's ever talked about it after that, but a lot of people were kind of flooding his replies there. It was blatant. I mean, he got pushed a tad bit, and he didn't need to put his forearm up like that and hit DeMar.
He was going the complete opposite direction.
I'd have to say, man, that I agree wholeheartedly with Stacy and Adam. And seriously, if he wants to be a violent player out on the court, seriously, that's what he wants to do. And I'm not trying to condone this, but if you want to be violent, send Tony Bradley out there. You're not playing him anyway. Next time you fucking play him, he goes up for a layup, whip him down on the ground and fucking shatter his back or something. I don't know.
No, I don't even think it has to be that serious.
I do.
Just a swipe for the ball that's more of an uppercut than a swipe for the ball.
I'm telling you what, man, where I come from is kill or be killed. You're going to fucking throw shots out. You got to get hurt.
In this day and age, especially if it's that blatant that the guy that doesn't and hasn't played for your team outside of 50 seconds worth of garbage time at the end of a game comes in and just flat out your coach is getting fined. Arturis might be getting fined. Everybody's
who cares? Michael Reinsdorf will front the bill.
Michael's fronting the bill?
Yeah, he's fronting the bill. Fuck it.
Well, all right. Yeah, if you're saying you want to see Michael calling the hit, I'm down. Let's see it. Let's see Michael calling the hit.
Yeah, Zach LaVine had a kind of weird game too. He went 8 for 18 tonight, 4 for 7 from downtown, 4 for 5. He fell in love with that little step back midi that he loves to take and miss throughout the second, third, and fourth quarter. He did end up with 24 points, 4 assists, 2 boards. I thought that he played pretty well by deferring. Only 1 turnover for Zach again tonight. He has done a great job. It's not being talked about enough over the last couple games, really trying to take care of that ball, especially after that 7 turnover performance that we critiqued pretty hard here on the show. I got to give him credit where credit's due from taking care of the ball. I did want to say for DeMar, 42 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Only 1 turnover for DeMar DeRozan. The Bulls had 13 total team turnovers tonight. Milwaukee had 14. We have Angel Rodriguez in the chat you say DeRozan can't do this consistently, but he pretty much has been. So he's not dropping 40 consistently because that's where his average would be. And the Bulls are 14 and 19. So he can come out and score 40 all he wants. I'm glad we won this game. I'm really happy, but I can't. I have to be honest. I can't hop back and forth. There's too many people that join this podcast. If no one was watching this, I would just change my fucking opinion all the time. So I seem like I'm right, but I can't do it.
No, and I'm by no means saying that the Bulls are back, but the conflict between this season and last season is this year we're losing to shit teams that we shouldn't be losing to, but we're beating the teams that we're not supposed to beat. as where last year it was the complete opposite. You took care of business against the scrub teams that you were supposed to, but we could not beat the competitive teams in our conference for the life of us.
Yeah.
So to beat the Bucks again and to have handled Boston so well this year makes this really hard. And I don't know if it was Joe's report, whose report I was reading on Twitter, that pretty much says that front office is gonna be reluctant to move on from this roster, which we kind of have known and have felt, which is where the frustration comes in. But they're pretty much married to this for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
We really need like hell and high water to come now and stick around longer than 2 to 3 games at a time if they're going to do anything.
Well, I think the players are feeling this pressure. I mean, what do you think? Yeah, they're on a high right now. They just beat the Milwaukee Bucks, who are now on a 4-game losing streak, but still one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. But how do you think they feel right now? Are they like, man?
A win like tonight is easy to erase that Rockets game, especially because the reason the Rockets game happened is because they just won 3 in a row and are back on their high horse. They thought they were king shit again. Like, oh no, yeah, we got this. And obviously, that's not the mentality you can have. And Billy apologizing to the media for that.
Yeah, so odd.
Sorry, Coach. Sorry. You went from calling out your 3 stars in the beginning of the season. I need my 3 stars to step up to start the game. We can't let that kind of stuff happen. They need to set the tone. To apologizing for them.
Yeah, it was weird.
I needed to reiterate more that we couldn't take this team. What? Get out of here.
So, are they not doing their own homework? Are they not in the film room? I don't understand. Like, what are you doing?
Well, no, that's the other thing that was said on the broadcast. The scouting report is left on each and every single one of their chairs before the game. Like probably when they go home, like they have a binder. They have everything. They have the schedule. They know what's going on. They know what the scouting report on every player on every team is before it happens, and they're refreshed of it right before the damn game. So to come in at home and lose like that to a team like the Rockets makes it hard to take a game like this serious, which sucks. Yeah, we should be ecstatic. We should be crying tears of joy, singing "We Are the Champions" right now, because that's how exciting and fun of a game this was.
It really was. Yeah.
What the dark cloud of this season as a whole just lingers.
I mean, and this is the thing: the Bulls are 7-1 versus the Bucks, Celtics, Net, and Heat. 7-1 versus the Bucks, Celtics, Nets, and Heat. That's a flip to your point that you brought up about 3 minutes ago from what it was last year to now this year. It's a complete flip because we were having trouble beating those teams. Now we're beating those teams, albeit the games are pretty damn entertaining, albeit the games are pretty damn close. But they're finding ways to win them. And then you come out here, and that's why, like I said, like you know I wanted to come on here and just scream so badly, we're fucking back, as loud as I can. Just
wanted to chug pickle juice and yell happy things.
Right. That's what I wanted to do. And I can't do it because, like, this is where we're at right now. Like, this doesn't, like, Joe just put it in a good way. Oh, and also who you were saying, that was Casey Johnson on the Bulls Talk. I tweeted that out about the front office not wanting to blow this up. And that he said that was his feeling. They never said that. He just said he felt that way. So, which we keep hearing it everywhere. So someone knows something. But Joe just put out a hilarious tweet too. Bulls fans, in parentheses, I love this team. I hate this team. Add another shooter. Blow it up. I think I love them. I know I hate them for sure. Like, I mean, that's
okay,
where we're at.
So add another shooter.
No.
What? No. In an alternative world to that, Pascal Siakam. Do the Bulls have the assets to where they could pull that off?
No.
At Kobe in future firsts like the Lakers are willing to mortgage. Not that I'm saying they should do that. Absolutely. No, Bulls have no path to Siakam. No. Okay.
No, because you're gonna have to make salaries match.
True. And
you're gonna so it's gonna have to be. I gotta go fuck around with the trade machine, but it's gonna have to. Vooch is gonna have to be involved in that.
Yeah, it would have to be Pat, Kobe, and Vooch.
Probably. I got to see how that looks. Chai Sports Fan, get on that. What is his salary, Siakam's salary, so we can try to line up trade scenarios. But no, I mean, I would love to have that because he's a defensive presence, a big that can bring the ball up the court, do a lot of different things. That'd be really cool. But I'm not for the retool because Siakam, like, even if you're able to somehow do Levine, Siakam, DeRozan, right? I don't think you're beating Milwaukee. I don't think you're beating Brooklyn. I mean, especially
Yes,
this new Brooklyn. Have you seen Brooklyn lately?
You've seen the new Buzz. There was no way that amount of talent, if they kept it together, and there was no. That is the scariest team that I have ever.
Yeah, but I
seen.
talk DEFCON 5 shit though.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine.
It's fine.
I'm scared, man.
No, I mean, Kevin Durant with 2 supporting stars like he now has back in full effect, and no, that's
So, like I said, I mean, there's so many differences. Like, I don't know if you're able to retool. I'm not really 100% sure what you can do. But here we got Michael Socha, and I'm sorry if I messed up your last name, brother. But we got killed by the Suns. Well, the Pels are very good, and the Suns are very good. The Cavs are very good. Oh, so he's pointing out good teams we got fucked by too. But all of these teams except the one are Western Conference teams, right? He goes, "I'm not your bitch, Buzz, but
I don't know. Did you do it?
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean to fucking just. I meant get on that like we're in the bar, and I am too inebriated to do it myself. But 35.5 million for Siakam. So yeah, you're gonna have to. Goddamn, you're gonna have to do some shit to get that trade to work.
Yeah, I mean,
Vooch is like in the 20s.
Yeah, Vooch, Pat, and Kobe with their
that'd probably be it
in the lottery. You could get there.
Yeah, that would probably be it. So, but yeah, all those teams besides the Cavs are in the East. But they lost really good teams too. So I get his point. Like, but the teams that are going to be standing in your way, you're beating. But like Alex Rude said up here in the chat, he goes, what he say? Fucking back in position for the play-in, baby. Like, he's not wrong, He's not wrong, but this was a great win. They played. I got to give credit where credit's due. They played very fucking hard tonight. All of them did. I felt like all of them. So, kudos to them for coming out against a team that really wanted to pick up a win in Milwaukee.
DeMar's defensive play at the end of the game is what tied the game for us.
Absolutely massive. That switch on to Grayson Allen on the inbounds pass and Giannis not having the basketball IQ just to either fucking use that last time out that they had.
I think his arm's just too long. Once it starts going forward, you can't stop it, and it just had to go.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give DeMar all the credit in the world, man. He deserved the MVP chance tonight.
Was Giannis's 5 fouls why he really started settling for jumpers towards the end of the fourth? And
it has to be. Yeah, it absolutely has to be.
Because fatigue was the other thing that came in, but 5 fouls would make a lot more sense where he'd be taken out of the game by being too aggressive with the shoulder. Somebody stepping in. Billy did have a successful challenge with DeMar. That call reversed, which was another really big call in this game because I believe that was Giannis's 5th foul there.
I feel like the refs missed a lot of big calls. Like that, the Rosen one should have been an and one, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to be a homer.
Kept showing the replay. He smacked the shit out of his hand.
Smacked the shit out of Io's hand on that dunk too.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking at these last 2 plays, and I'm like, God.
And then in overtime, you had 2 jump balls. You had 2 extra jump balls. That doesn't happen.
No, that was
in the matter of a minute.
Yeah, that was real odd.
Vooch obviously had 5 fouls too, so it was like anytime those 2 matched up and they tried to do something, they're like, we can't call it. It's too detrimental to the team. Can't make a call.
Yeah, fuck it. That is absolutely wild.
Jump ball.
How do you think the bench performed tonight?
I think we got a little bit too much Dragic to start that fourth quarter. I think that's part of what put us in the hole. Granted, he is what kept us in the game early.
Yeah, he hit a couple big shots there in the first half.
A couple of big shots. Unfortunately, I feel like the Dragon needs to be a lizard instead of a dragon. He just gets a little too bold sometimes, and he's not that dude anymore. Like he thought he was gonna get away with that little extra super.
Oh yeah, that he put the shoulder into Carter.
And I think that was kind of the end of his playing time for the night because I could tell Billy probably noticed. Oh yeah, he's getting a little frustrated, getting a little too sassy. He's not that dude anymore. He can't be that sassy. That's not gonna be good for anybody. And so love the Dragon, love the performance in the first half of the game, but to close that, there's a little bit too much Dragon for me.
I love Javonte being back, and I love Javonte flying around. I felt like he played some really good defense tonight. I felt like Billy stuck with him in some times that he probably maybe shouldn't have. And not because Javonte was playing bad, just because, he's on a minutes limit. And he's just coming back, and it's a hard ass to guard a Giannis.
Hey, Hey,
You know?
you had a minutes limit. Can you go defend Giannis Antetokounmpo for me? But the way that Javante goes at Giannis, I think is just different than most players in the league. That he's not scared. That dude's just fearless in general. You see the way that he attacks the rim; it's the same way he attacks the defensive end, and he's just not scared of Giannis. I thought it was interesting to see the amount of times that we let Giannis go one-on-one tonight. Obviously, it's why I ended up with 50-piece damn near. But to see Pat and Javante match up with Giannis, I do feel that the Bulls have, I don't know, maybe two guys there that do that better than some other guys in the league. And no one's a Giannis stopper, but is that why we have success with Milwaukee? Do we have some guys that might?
Well, I feel like tonight they had a great game plan. Besides Bobby Portis coming in and fucking them up a little bit off the bench there and getting super hyped about everything that he did.
I love
it's
you.
Like, hey, Bobby, like the fan base loved you
when
you were here.
And I miss you.
Yeah, like the fan base loved you when you were here. You don't need to flex on the United Center every time you come here, you jag off. We still love you.
I'm sorry. I understand it. I respect it.
He didn't do it, dude. It was fucking Garpax that shipped him off. It wasn't us. It's a new front office here these days. But no, I gotta say the Bulls had a great.
Jabari $20 million to unsuccessfully tank. I don't know what you're talking about.
God, Jabari Parker, what a blast from the past. But you know, they had a great game plan. Taking Giannis, letting Giannis basically get what he wants because that's what he does anyway. Guarding him tough though, as tough as they can, and trying to make everybody else beat you. He took 39 shots tonight. The next closest to him was Portis at 18.
Did you see the Vegas line for Giannis today?
No.
Apparently 40 points was like the baseline, and it was like minus 180 for him.
Really? Oh, yes. They knew right away, huh? He was going to come out and shit on us, huh?
Yes,
they knew. They had a lot going for that line, too, because like I said, you think he's going to let you lose 4 in a row? I can't believe he
let you lose 4 in a row, down 2 stars, playing right down the road from home, so you know he's got plenty of family in the stands as well. No, Giannis, to have him have a performance like that and steal win with the king of the fourth and into overtime there, I feel we should be happier. I want to be happier.
Yeah, dude, like I said, hey, it was a fun win. It's a fun win, but when we do post-game shows, it's hard for us to, you know, it's not like us doing this once a week. Like we talk about this every night. If you're new here, subscribe because we're on here every fucking game, every game, literally. It's just, what do you want us to do? Like, I'm happy they won. I thought DeRozan was great. What a performance. Thought it was awesome watching Giannis. It was. But they squeak out a win, and they got another game coming up against Detroit. Like, and I'm looking at this, man. They didn't get their ass whipped by Houston. We're talking about something like, hey, they might have turned a corner here. Because that Houston loss totally.
You're talking about a 6-game win streak.
Right, because you got Detroit coming up. And Detroit's not very good. And I don't take them for don't take them for granted. Don't. But you got them coming up on Friday. It's a big game. Because after that game, your schedule gets extremely
And we saw what happened with Detroit tonight. Probably not going to see Killian Hayes.
Oh, yeah. No, he knocked Mo Wagner out.
I mean,
that boy was snoring, bro.
I mean, I couldn't tell because Detroit's bench was like, hide the evidence. He's gone.
The coaches were holding him and his eyes were closed. He hit him in the back of the head and Boyd went down.
I mean, and anybody who watches like fighting sports knows that's the reason why punching somebody in the back of the head is off limits because it is literally there's spots in the back of the head. Good night.
Yeah, he punched him right in the back of the fucking head. But hey, Wagner fucking checked him for no reason.
No, he gave him a nice little forearm shiver elbow to the back of the head on the way out of bounds. So I mean, I can't.
Alex just put it perfectly. He fucking found out. He fucked around. He found out.
Yeah, I still can't condone hitting somebody in the back.
I
guess when you're 6'2" and that dude's 7'1", maybe the shot in the back of the head is the only shot you're ever gonna get.
A wise man once told me you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. You want to be a jag off and check somebody when they're not looking. If you get punched in the back of the head, that's on you.
The situation, they're both playing a stupid game and they're both winning a stupid prize. But
right.
Wagner got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, he did, man.
And Hayes probably cost himself a couple $100,000.
I was gonna make a video of fucking, after he got clocked and went down, fucking Kevin Hart screaming night night, but I didn't make it. It was. That was hilarious, man. He fucking, that's what happens. You're going to be an asshole. You're going to get checked. And that's what needs to happen to Grayson Allen. Maybe not in the back of that. Just want somebody to swear. Maybe Stacey King will get his ass. Stacey and Adam don't like him.
No, Stacey goes in on how nobody on the Bulls is willing to do it. Nobody's got the balls. Nobody's got this. In my day, So I am waiting, like you said, for Stacey to just be in like the visitors tunnel and just waiting, like
just fucking cold cop him when he comes walking by. It's just like fucking Stacey King's like, give me the hot sauce, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you fucking with? Like, who are you messing with, man? Stacey gets so hyped. You got like Adam Amin as his hype man. He's like Don King out there.
You have Adam jumping out with the bottle of hot sauce.
Yeah, fucking nailing him right in the fucking dome. Wow. Great win by the Bulls. It was fun. Goose, we've got Detroit on Friday. On New Year's Eve, I am not doing anything. I'll be here with a little bit of family. We're not having a big party or anything because I have 3 children, 4 and under. So I don't really do anything anymore. But I will be watching that game as well, Cleveland. And then on Monday, it's Cleveland. So Friday, we get Detroit. And then Goose, this next 4-game stretch after Detroit is extremely difficult. It's 2 against Cleveland, 1 at home, 1 away. Back home against Brooklyn. Then to Philadelphia, which is so stupid, NBA. That is so dumb. You're already on the East Coast. But anyway, and then Utah. Then Boston. Those are our next
the only
6 games.
Easy game after Detroit is going to be Utah. And that's not even an easy game.
It's not even an easy game. It's not even an easy game. It's a very, very hard schedule coming up.
Considering, as the Bulls proved recently, there's no such thing as an easy game for this team. And hopefully they've adapted that mentality going forward, because another embarrassment like that washes away this. And they should ride this. They need to ride this for their sake and for ours, because chances are they're stuck in that locker room the same way we're stuck watching the same team and riding this middle boat. We're invested into it with too many picks, and we only get our pick unless it's, in the top 4. And that's just not going to happen as hard as we try to sell to get there at this point. So we're going to ride this out. And hopefully the Bulls can ride this momentum, because they're a long way from back. But you keep putting wins together against teams like this, and everybody will start believing. So
if you can go 2 for 1 as much as you possibly can, you're gonna eventually find your way back, at least towards that 500. And then you start, you got to make mini goals for yourself at this point with where they are record wise and where they've been play wise. If you could try to find a way to go 2 for 1 every time, look at it at 3-game intervals, man. 3-game intervals. Just get these 2. If we lose one, we lose one. But you don't want to lose it, obviously. But you want to try to make it a realistic goal for yourself as you keep going. One last thing on this game tonight. Levine on the DeRozan Grayson Allen skirmish. This is from Casey Johnson. We know this is from Zach Levine, who said the quote. We know his track record. Pat got the foul, but DeMar got elbowed in the back of the head. DeMar responded the right way. The next 20 minutes, you saw what happened. So that's kind of it takes your teammate to get fucking bowed in the head, Zach. You just got to stop talking. Lackadaisical. We were starting to lose the game, but DeMar got hit in the head, so here we come. Okay.
I mean, I said the same thing about 10 minutes ago, but I think it's unfair to criticize what they say. They literally just finished playing basketball, running around there, trying to change out of their clothes, and they got a microphone in their mouth. So, what'd you think about that Grayson Allen DeMar thing? And you literally, your agent is in the back of your head, and you're just going to the most generic 2K response that you can find ever. And you're like, yep, guys got a history of that kind of stuff, but you saw DeMar's response. That's what you get after you hit him in the back of the head.
If I was an athlete, you know what I would have done? I would have said, bitch. He's a bitch, cuh. That's what I would have said. I would have said that. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't have said that.
But I planned on finishing the show with fuck Grayson Allen. So,
fuck Grayson Allen. No, for real. He is such a little dickhead, dude. Like he
Yeah,
is.
no,
Such,
and there should be actual punishment and not just a player having to, get pissed off and have the amazing end of the game that he did after getting hit in the back of the head and tripped down to the ground in the process. Blindsided from behind as well. It's just something has to be done because the Bulls shouldn't have to send Tony Bradley out there to take him out. It shouldn't have to come to that.
right.
Because it should.
I also got to point one thing out. Did you know that in overtime, from what I just read, I would have to go back and check, but in overtime, Zach LaVine didn't take a shot.
Yeah, no, that's correct.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, once again, with 1.4 seconds left before DeMar fumbled the bag, which we didn't even touch on or talk about because it was irrelevant.
Yeah, it's relevant now.
Because we won the game. That doesn't fit the narrative. But 1.4 seconds left. You know who I wanted to have the ball? Zach LaVine.
So did I. I'm with you on that. I wish he would, because again, I don't think they would have expected it.
I don't think they would have expected it. It's not that I don't trust DeMar. It's not that I think he deserves it over Zach. It's just we're getting to that point where we know what we are. And if we are Zach LaVine's team, then I got to start seeing Zach LaVine get these opportunities so we can assess what the fuck they're actually supposed to do. Because DeMar is not going to be able to save us forever. He's only under contract for one more year. And as we touched on the last show, as much as we owe him another extension because he has outperformed, I can't justify paying him again. I don't know.
Oh, no, you can't. You literally, they won't. That ain't going to happen. That won't happen. I'd say it's more likely for him to be traded at the deadline.
Extensions, they just haven't signed them yet.
I would say it's more likely for him to be traded at the deadline than him to get extended.
Okay.
Like, that's just a fun. I mean, it's not going to happen.
That'd be a good poll.
Yeah. That would be way more likely. But you got anything else, man? We did about 31 minutes tonight. We got a Bulls victory. I felt like we were realistic yet happy. Also critical, but accepting.
I mean, just fuck Grayson Allen.
Yeah, fuck Grayson Allen. Fuck that guy. All right, on Friday night, we will be back after the Bulls take on the Detroit Pistons. Everybody be sure to go on tapsportsnet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcast needs. Following us on Twitter at Bulls on Tap and on Tap Sportsnet. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel on Tap Sportsnet. Again, we'll be back Friday. Fuck Grayson Allen. Let's go Bulls.